And welcome back to Infineon Raceway. The Bennett Lane Winery 200 is over, but the story isn't over. We're now seeing that another vehicle is being pushed into victory lane.
Yeah, that's the 6 of Jason Bowles right there. You can see on the scoreboard, first position. NASCAR officials reviewed the video. They determined that Patrick Long's move on the last lap was excessive rough driving, and they have penalized him.
So they moved the 9 out. They're moving the 6 now into victory lane. So let's go down and hear from Bob Dillner as to what's going on.
We have a new winner in victory lane right here. Jason Bowles pulls into victory lane. It appears that the number 9 car of Patrick Long has been disqualified for the last lap maneuver on Joey Logano in the final turn.
Take another look at this. Joey Logano coming in. That's Patrick Long just behind him. Now, is this aggressive driving it? Well, he drives into the back of him.
Yeah, he was obviously trying to get to the inside. Joey was down to the inside, a very defensive move. But, you know, if you have the lead of the race, you're not supposed to get run into from behind and knocked out of the way.
That's exactly what happened with Patrick Long. Let's go back to victory lane.
For the second year in the row, Jason Bowles pulls out in victory lane here at Infineon Raceway. A nice wave to the crowd, but a big surprise, I'm sure, for Jason Bowles here in victory lane. A lot of controversy at the end of this race. Here comes Patrick Long. The two teammates converse. Patrick Long, very surprised, I'm sure, but Patrick, don't go far. We want to have a word with you, but Jason, let's talk about this. I'm sure you are surprised as anybody to be here right now.
Yeah, you know, Patrick won that race. Logano, he blocked him going in and just checked up in the middle of the corner. And Patrick did what he had to do to get around him. I'll take him any way I can get him. 2 for 2 here at Sonoma. We had the speed all day, but we were just kind of playing smart, and we're racing for points, and those guys weren't. So we had a good points day, and we put in victory lane. It's just one of those that it's disappointing, but I'm excited at the same time. My team guys did a great job. We had the best cars all day. There's nothing else I can say. The 2 Sunrise Ford cars ran up front, and we showed that we had the speed over Gibbs and everybody.
Take a look at the point standings through 7 races of the 2009 season. Eric Holmes in front of Jason Bowles by just 16 points. How about David Mayhew? A second-place finish today. He's just 59 points back. Let's go back to victory lane and Bob Dillner.
Interesting turn of events here after the race. Patrick Long crosses the finish line first, but NASCAR seems to take the win away from you. You're not in victory lane. Tell me about what happened on that final lap, Patrick.
Well, unfortunately, I got into Joey in that last turn. It's pretty difficult to brake late in these cars. You get a lot of rear chatter. He ran a very defensive line and kind of parked it in the middle of the corner. The combination of that and me locking the rears meant that I got into him. That's not how I like to race, so I apologize for that. I think NASCAR's ruling is a little bit harsh, especially after 2 weeks when I got cleared out of the lead on the last lap, especially when I watch some of the other leagues, and pretty much anything goes on the white flag. So I'm a little bit confused, but I had a great time out there. I'm here to have fun and to learn a lot. Unfortunately, the 11 car just came in and ran over a couple of my crew members on the way through, and I hope that he can maybe come over and see if they're okay.
All right, we hope that everybody is okay. Patrick Long, definitely disappointed here at Sonoma.
As we take a look at our official results, the video we saw was from Watkins Glen a few weeks ago when Patrick was leading on the last lap. Brian Truex got beside him, then Patrick ran off the racetrack. But I think it's a little different situation in this deal because I don't think for a second it was intentional that Patrick ran in the back of him, but nonetheless, he took out the leader on the last lap.
Patrick Long is going to be scored in the 23rd position. He is the last car on the lead lap. You see his name there in 23rd. So a difficult day for a guy who thought he was in victory lane for the win. He finishes 23rd in this one. See the remainder of the field, and we'll head back down. Bob Dillner is caught up with Joey Logano.
A lot of chaos on that final lap. Let's find out what happened from Joey Logano's perspective going into that final turn.
I got wrecked. I don't know. Did you see it? It's a pretty dirty move. It's one thing, trying to dive bomb someone and getting underneath them at least, and I mean, it's fine, contact, that's short track racing or road course, whatever. It's another thing just going in and hitting for someone from behind. You got to at least make an attempt to get underneath me, not drill me from behind. But, that's whatever. I mean, we hit each other a few other times when he's trying to get around me before, but that's the way he races. You put that in your memory bank and you go next time. But, we had a good home deal with Toyota. I think we had a flat rear tire. I'm gonna guess the right rear tire the last 5 laps or so. I was pushing like crazy through the lefts. Last 5 laps, I was dead sideways through the left. So I was like, something's wrong. That's why I wasn't really able to pull away like I was before. So with that going through my mind and him out-braking me everywhere, so he tried to out-brake me in the last corner. He just forgot he had him.
I'll give you his perspective because I just talked to him. He said you were blocking throughout those last few laps and you basically stopped in the corner. How do you react to that?
I didn't stop. I don't think I stopped. And of course, I mean, if someone's out braking you, you're going to block getting into the corner. I mean, there's 3 laps to go or 2 laps to 1 lap to go. Of course you're going to do that. You know, I mean, I'm sure he would have done the same thing. If he doesn't want to take blame for running behind, I don't know, every time you look at every car accident on the street, who's at fault? The guy hit you from behind. So that's just the way I look at it. I just think I'd have been fine with it if he just went in there and tried to get underneath me. But if you're just going to hit me from behind, that's one other thing. It just kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Disappointing day for Joey Logano and Patrick Long, but that's what we love about racing. Lots of emotion, guys.
Rick, I don't think that Joey Logano did a thing wrong here. He's very, very defensive, as he said. Patrick Long, I don't think intentionally wanted to run into him. He was going to try to switch over and get underneath him. Joey didn't leave him any room, which is his prerogative, and Patrick ran in the back of him. And I think NASCAR was justified in their move. Remember back at Irwindale in January, Joey took out a lead of Peyton Sellers, and they took his finish away from him out there too. So I think NASCAR has to rule on these situations, and I think they did a good job.
Well, an interesting ending to this one. Next on Speed, it is the Camping World Series East, where they will be at New Hampshire Motor Speedway Thursday, July 9th, again, 3 p.m. The Camping World Touring Series lives right here on Speed. So make sure to tune in again Thursdays at 3 o'clock. Across the start-finish line, it was Patrick Long, but in the end, it was Jason Bowles who made his way into victory lane, and he grabs another win in his young career. So Jason Bowles with another victory and closing the gap now on Eric Holmes in the point standings. So Eric Holmes, 16 points in front of Jason Bowles, but Jason Bowles is on his tail.